Okay, guys. Hey, I'm live. We're in between games. Purdue just won their Final Four game, and they're on the way to the championship game. And so I just thought we'd go over and just talk a little bit about. Let's talk about Iowa's big win over UConn, the comeback win. As you guys know, they were down by 12 at the first quarter. They came back and made it within six in the at halftime, and then in the third quarter they just took over the game. I can't remember if they ever trailed in the second half. They may have for just a short time, but I can't remember if they did. I know this. I think I don't remember, guys. I don't remember, but I do know that we got the lead up to seven at one point, and I think that was about 4 or 5 minutes to go in the game. And I just said if we can just maintain it, but they were trading baskets, and we were missing a few things. We had a couple turnovers late, um, and so Iowa hangs on to win by 2 points. Caitlin when she went to the free throw line on that one and we were only up by one, I says, Caitlin, you got to make two so that the worst thing that can happen to this team is we go into overtime. Okay. Caitlin only made one. And so, fortunately, I think they missed their shot. No, we rebounded Caitlin's. We rebounded Caitlin's ball, missed ball. And then, of course, I believe I don't remember everything that happened in that sequence. They may have gotten fouled or something. Anyway, at one point, they went down and um, I think they went down. Maybe they missed something and we came back. I don't remember. I do know that we turned over the ball twice in the last under a minute to go in the game. I think one of them was at the 5 second mark. And I thought for sure we were going to lose it because the way those big girls were hitting in the middle, those little floaters from mid range, I thought for sure we had lost the game. Okay. I walked away from it and I didn't see. I had to collect myself because I had company and I didn't want to say and do anything that would embarrass myself or anything. So I just walked away at that point thinking we had for sure lost the game or we were going to lose it at that point. And then I get a text message, something about somebody was way ahead of me in the game, definitely ahead of us when I was watching. Said something about Marshall. I go, what? Did Gabbie have another block or something and save the game? Um, and so. So did she have another block and save the game for us? So I ran out back to the TV to find out that what's her name? Yeah, you know who I am, the girl with the black and gold hair. Committed an illegal moving screen on Gabbie, and you guys already know all about that. That's the huge uproar going all over the internet today, and we've got Connecticut fans all upset. We even got ESPN reporters angry, thinking that we got screwed. I think some of them recognize it, that it was a foul, but that it should have been called in a game like this, if they should have let the players decide. But it works both ways, guys. It works both ways. If the referees swallow their whistles, then Iowa gets screwed. If they call the foul because it really was a foul, then nobody gets screwed. Okay. You got to call. I don't care if there's 1 second left in the game or 40 minutes left in the game. If there's a foul, you got to blow the whistle. I've always been about that. And I'm going to say I appreciate these referees last night because so many referees would not have blown the whistle on that play. So many would not have. And so you got to appreciate the referee that she or he, I don't remember which it was, actually saw the play, knew it was wrong. Gabbie knew that she gotten fouled on a moving screen. And, and when you look at the replay, there's no doubt about it. That was the right play. NCAA has already looked at the play, put out their rule book, and said, this is the reason why the referees on duty called that foul, because this is what happened, and it violated this rule. It constitutes a foul, an actual moving screen. It was textbook moving screen. So somewhere out there, I don't remember where I saw it. I think somebody just copied and pasted it and posted it to their website. NCAA has already come out, and so They can cry all they want, and then they can point out the thing that happened with um Cooper on the it wasn't a fair catch deal. That's totally different. Technically by the book, it probably was, an illegal fair catch, but they never call it, and they never called it again the rest of the season that I know of, at least in any game I watched anywhere. And so that's technically they should have let that go. I mean, because it was obvious that he wasn't trying to signal a fair catch. He was just trying to move people away from the ball so that he could go get it. He found an opportunity to grab that ball off the bounce. Okay. And so that's what he was going to do. And he was trying to move people out of the way. So it's a totally different situation. Okay. All right. Okay. So we know that UConn had 46% shooting last night. So did Iowa. Okay. 3-point shooting. They had 32%. We had 28%. Their free throws were 75. Ours were 71. I didn't realize we shot that bad. Okay. Rebounds 29-37. We had 37 rebounds. We had more than they did. We had 16 turnovers to their 14 turnovers, and they had 15 steals to our 7. So, guys, that team was very good. There isn't any doubt about that. UConn, we beat a very good UConn team, although they were shorthanded last night. But, when you think about it, we didn't play any more players than they did. I don't think we went beyond 7. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll put that one up. The difference was Mary gave those refs day-old pizza, and the Minnesota-Iowa football ref, she did it. That's why we got the correct call. Yeah, got to have that day-old pizza, guys. Okay, let's just, for giggles, let's take a look and see how everybody did last night. Aaliyah Edwards is the name I was having a hard time before. She had, looked like she had 2 blocks, 5 steals, 2 turnovers, 3 assists, and 17 points. KK Arnold, another one that was trying to hurt us last night, had 14 points, 5 assists, 4 turnovers, 0 steals, no blocks. Okay, then Paige Beckers had 17, 3 assists, but she had 4 turnovers of her own, and she had no steals. Okay, so those are the ones. Those are the 3 that did a lot of the damage. Nika Mule, however they say that name. She had 9 points, 7 assists, and 3 turnovers and 3 steals. So honestly, when you look at it, overall, we already know that Nika already she played a hell of a game on Caitlin. I mean, nobody's going to stop Caitlin, but I will tell you one thing. That Nika Mule, she did a heck of a job of slowing Caitlin down. And to Caitlin's credit, she didn't look that frustrated. I think she looked annoyed, which, who wouldn't be in those circumstances, but yeah, she did look annoyed a little bit, but that's just the way it is. And 1, 2, 3. So they only played 6 last night. Okay, our people that we had 23 points out of Hannah last night. She did have 3 turnovers, and on her rebounds, she had a total of 3 rebounds, and she was 5 for 7 on free throws. So, guys, she's getting better with her free throws, and she was 9 for 12 on field goals. So, hey, hats off to Hannah Stokey. She had a great night. Falter was 3 for 7 in field goals. 1 for 2 in free throws. She had 7 rebounds. 6 of them were offensive. And she had a total of 8 points. I mean, not her usual type game, but, she made an impact. Okay. Kate Martin, our glue, the glue. She had 5-11 shooting, so her shooting was less than 50%. 1 for 4 on the 3-point line. She did have 8 rebounds. Okay. 11 points, 1 assist, 4 turnovers, 2 steals. Okay. Just coincidentally, she was a -1 while she was in the game. Okay. A Falter was a +5, and Hannah was a +5. I don't know how they achieved those numbers. Somebody's going to have to teach me. Caitlin Clark was 7 for 8, 3 for 11, and 4 for 5 at the free throw line. She had 9 rebounds, 21 points, 7 assists, 4 turnovers, 2 steals. Yeah, I love that one steal, and she was a +2 while she was in there. Um, okay. Yeah. So we played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We went 8 deep last night. Shoot, I looks like Taylor McCabe only got in. She has no stats. She only got in for 2 minutes. That's too bad. I'd like to see her get more minutes because her minutes are going to be ramped up next year. Kylie Feuerbach got 3 points, and Gabbie had 5, but Gabbie, took that moving screen, and so as we have become accustomed, Gabbie is she's coming up with big plays. Before it was block shots. Now she stood her ground and allowed the moving screen to happen against her, and still hats off to the ref. Okay, so we're going to move on to South Carolina, and I was just kind of looking at some of their game stats, and here, let me get some water. By the way, there's water in this, not pop. Okay. So South Carolina shoots an amazing 49% from the field, right? All right. Their opponents shoot 32. Their 3-point average is 40% and 27% for their opponents. They average 6.6 3-points a game, 5.5 on their opponents. The free throw percentage is 69%. There's a 68. Opponent says rebounds is 46 a game, guys. They average 46 rebounds a game. I imagine that's because of Cordosa. Because she's a tall girl, guys. I think she's like 6'7", if I'm not mistaken. And I think they have a 6'4" person too. I'll have to go back and look up that one. All right, and so they're giving up 34 rebounds. They're 18.5 assists a game to a low of 10.2. They average 13 turnovers a game, and their opponents 15.8. They steal 8.8 a game and 6.5 by their opponents. Block shots is 7.8 a game and 3.1. Yeah, when you got Cardosa, she averages 14.3 a game. This looks like a real balanced scoring team. Okay, it's like everybody's going to get their due with 9.5 rebounds. Her free throw percentage is 68%. And a girl, last name Malia, or maybe that's her first name, 11.8. Tihan Pale is 10.9 points a game. Ashlyn Watkins is 9.4. Bree Hall 9.0. And Chloe Kitts is 8.2. So right there, guys, that's six. Those 6 players are the ones that are going to do the most damage against us. And so, what's it going to take to beat those guys? I think it's just going to take some patience. Some way they got to draw Cordosa away from the basket. I don't know how they do that. That's why I don't coach basketball. But they got to draw her away from the basket so that Hannah, Addie, or Sharon, or PJ, whoever the people are playing the post, can sneak in there and lay it in. Caitlin and Kate can sneak in there and lay it in. And the one thing they got to do is they cannot miss the bunnies. All right? They can't miss those easy bunnies. They got to realize it. Like, I don't think Hannah, as good as she played last night, she could have had perfect night because I don't think she realized that she wasn't being guarded when they went because those girls were backing off of her. I noticed that and on some of those couple of those easy bunnies she missed. But I mean, she did have a good shooting night, guys. Don't make no mistake about it. She could have just been perfect and not missed anything. But yeah, some of the bunnies that she went in, she just, could have laid it in. It looked like she forced it up thinking she was going to get fouled, or she was expecting to get hit some way or get blocked somehow. And so she was just putting it up there hoping that it would go down, when in fact she could have just taken her time and laid it in. Because honestly, guys, she was basically being left unguarded, and it's because of the foul problems that they were wrapping up last night with. Okay. I just wanted to say, let's see. I forgot to look to see what South Carolina points per game were. We know ours is 91. Let me see if I can get that real quick while we do before. All righty. Let me talk to Google. Google, you and I are going to have a conversation here real quick. Okay. What is South Carolina women's basketball team average score?
Here is information from University of South Carolina Athletics.
Okay. Okay, they average 85.4, so we average 91. So this could be a shootout, guys. These could be a shootout. Their opponents, they're only giving up 56 points a game, and we're giving up 71. So that could make a huge difference in the game, because it looks like to me like it's going to be a high scoring running game. First one to 100 wins. Who knows? Or is it going to be more like last night's game, where both teams are playing solid defense on each other, because they did play solid defense last night, and both teams at a couple of points were struggling to score. I mean, Iowa in the second half got back to playing Iowa basketball, and they started, running the score up. But if they hadn't have scored so low in the first half, they might have got their usual 90 points. I mean, because they were on pace to be probably around 50 something had they kept that pace up for the whole 50 to 60 something. Had they kept that same pace up, okay. And so yeah. Okay, so we're just gonna yeah. We don't, we know that South Carolina's a good team. We know they're gonna be a tough team to beat. Okay. We all know that. All right. And so I just really wanted to come on here and talk about, that controversial last play. It's just driving me nuts. All the internet is talking about today is that play alone. And, we're not giving any credit, like Gabbie has been threatened. They've gone after her on the internet, and I'm sure it's all the UConn fans. Why are they threatening her? Why are they blaming her? She didn't commit the foul. She didn't force an unforced foul. I thought Gabbie's comment was really perfect, is that she can't control the referees. All she can do is control what she does on the floor and try to do what she can, to help her team. That the referee calls that are made on the floor are out of their control. Okay? And so, Gabbie, hats off to you for the mature answer that you gave, the classy answer you gave. And it's too bad that you had to delete all of your social media because people are coming after you and attacking you. That was just too bad. I can't believe somebody would attack you anyway, because, that's just it. That's just crazy, guys. It's just crazy. And the other thing too is I like Paige Becker's answer. She basically kind of, reiterated that one bad play like that, one bad call, it should not come down to that. If you're doing what you're supposed to do in the game, you should not come down to that a referee call. Referee didn't lose that game for you. Okay. All right. So the referee did not lose that game for you at all. If you'd done what you're supposed to do and maintain that 12-point lead you had, or at least most of it, you wouldn't have lost the game, and it wouldn't have come down to that play. right? And so, and I'll give you guys credit. The UConn people, I give them credit for the defense and forcing the turnovers when it looked like that they were all but out of the game. They put themselves right back in the game with those forced turnovers right late, very late there in the second, especially that last turnover with about 5 seconds to go. And so, yeah, kudos, guys, kudos. But fans, appreciate what your team did this year. You were 8 players down, playing mostly 6 and 7 players all year. You should be proud of what your team accomplished. Nobody gave you guys a chance to be where you got last night. No, you were in a position to win the game last night. Nobody gave you that chance, even though you're a perennial blue blood and your coach has won you a lot of championships. But to go after a girl who's 22, 20, maybe 23 years old, that's uncalled for. Really uncalled for. She didn't do anything wrong. She played the game. She did her job. Don't blame her. Okay? And I know I'm talking to the masses here, but if somebody from UConn happens to see this, shame on the UConn fans for attacking her. We would never come on and attack Paige Buckers because she missed a couple of crucial threes in the end of the game. Okay? We're not going to attack her. She's an excellent player. If she would be the number 2 player going in the draft this year, had she decided not to go back and play college one more year, hats off to her. I hope that you guys do well next year and that, you guys have a halfway good season again. All right. And so it looks like you got a great coach and he knows how to coach you guys, and he kept you guys in the games. You guys were on like a 13 or 14 game winning streak. I don't remember how many. So be proud of what you guys did this year, but don't attack Iowa for winning the game, doing what they had to do to win, and especially the one girl, that's not her fault. The referees called it, and that's fantastic. Okay? Every team has been on the bad side of those calls. Every team gets a chance to be on the good side of those calls. And it just kind of irks me a little bit. So I kind of wanted to come on here and just blow some steam over it. And so, and hopefully, Gabbie won't let this affect her tomorrow. I hope all the controversy doesn't affect the whole team tomorrow. I hope they're able to stay focused and just shut all this noise out, what's going on, because you got ESPN announcers who should be fired. Because you're supposed to be, when you're announcing games and stuff, you're supposed to be biased, unless, of course, you're picked by the school to broadcast all their games. Like Gary Dolphin does all Iowa games. Okay, you can forgive Gary Dolphin, Bobby Hansen, and Eddie Podolak for being biased because they're hired by the University of Iowa to do University of Iowa games. Okay, and so, but ESPN is supposed to be biased. I realize that the University of Connecticut is right out the back door of ESPN studios there in Connecticut, and that's probably their favorite team. And maybe they're plugging a little money into the school. Who knows? Who knows? But ESPN, shame on you. Shame on your announcers. You need to have a long look at your announcers for, calling that. One of your announcers said that call sucked. Another one agreed with her and said, you can say that on the air if you want to. I don't care, because it did. And so, it's just ridiculous. And so I'm getting all worked up, and I'm gonna get off now. But hey, guys, hit that like button before you get off of here, please. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Share it with anybody you want to. Okay, leave a comment if you want to. As you can see, Llama Powerhawk has left all kinds of comments. I've only put one up because I only feel comfortable putting one of them up there. There we go. Eric, I have to agree with you. It was crazy, and I can't believe it. I can't believe it, but I hope this wasn't all meant to distract Iowa and the women from their game tomorrow. I mean, they got a tough game tomorrow. All right, They're not favored, nor did I expect them to be favored. But nobody thought they could beat South Carolina last year either. So let's see. Maybe they win tomorrow and bring home a natty. Let's bring a natty home for Caitlin's last game as a Hawkeye, for Kate's last game as a Hawkeye, for Molly's. She's already had her last game as a Hawkeye, but for her going out party, because she's not playing ever again. By the way, we may get a surprise tomorrow. Lisa hinted that they might get her on the floor for a few seconds tomorrow's game, and that would be wonderful if they're able to, as long as she doesn't hurt the team doing it. But yeah, and then of course Gabbie's playing her last game tomorrow, and Sharon Goodman's playing her last game tomorrow. So all 5 of them, let's get a victory and send them out with a bang. Okay, who knows if our team will get us back there next year or not? I don't know where we're at with that yet. Okay. I'm waiting anxious to see. I know they're talking to a point guard in the portal to come and visit them for next season. And according to Brad Hendricks, it's a well-known point guard, but he's not given any hint as to who it might be, So that makes me excited that if we can come up with enough money, if you can donate to the Swarm and designate it for the women's, that maybe we can actually come up with enough money to bring somebody there, or at least find a way to bring her here, with a creative NIL package for her, because it sounds like if Lisa wants her, that means that she's going to fit into our culture. She's going to fit right in with the other teammates. And so that should be exciting. But, we're going to talk more about that later after all the transfer portals are done. And so, yeah. Yeah, Eric, I don't disagree with you there. I just think next year might be, with all the youngsters on the team and stuff, we might slip a little, but we've got a lot of talent coming in. It might take them a year to mature, and then the year after that, we've got more talent, people coming in, and we'll be right back to where we were. I'm not saying we're going to fall far next year, but I just don't think we're going to be at the top echelon like we have been this year, but I could be wrong. Because all 5 of those players coming in next year might be gold mine people. All right. Might be you like Caitlin in and come in and just fight, be good freshmen and help this team out a lot. Maybe we even get Ava Jones back on the floor. I know that's a pipe dream. I know that it's it'd take a miracle to get her back on the floor to play, especially at her old level. But, maybe she comes out and helps us out. I think she's a forward. We got Ava Hayden coming in. I think she's 6'4". She's a center. So maybe she can move over and take the post next year and let Hannah do her natural thing from the 4. Sydney Falter, I know, will be a starter next year. Probably playing, she's a guard, but she'll probably be playing the what do they call it? Not the power forward, but the other forward. The number 3 forward. And so, although they usually play guards and that everything is going great. So, but yeah. Okay. Anyway, guys, I just like to say thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys. I wish there was more comments we could talk about. I would stay on here as long as you guys kept commenting, but it is what it is. And I think you guys all kind of want to see the UConn men and Alabama game, right? It should be starting right about now. I'm in my office, so I can't see, but I just wanted to come on here, but I wanted to pick a good time in between games to vent about what happened with Gabbie, because that's just sad. And so, guys, I'm going to let you go, and I appreciate you watching. Again, please subscribe, like, leave a comment. I'll see it later. Leave a comment, share it with your buddies, okay? Let's make this thing be the big one, okay? Let's go for it. All right. All righty, guys. I'm out. I appreciate you watching. Take care.